Hey guys.
Alright folks, we're here today to check out a video by Chris Harms, his solo project. I believe the album is called 1980. When I think of Chris, I think of the glory days of the 80s. So the name of the song is I Love You. The album comes out, I believe, on December 31st. He sure loves to release albums, either on Christmas Day or on New Year's Eve. I don't know what's going on, but that's a fetish of his. Anyhow, he had told me when they were here with Lord of the Lost, and we were hanging out after the show, he told me that he was working on a solo album that was going to come out and whatever. I thought, when he mentioned that to me, I thought he was working on it, meaning like, late next year, I'm going to release something. I didn't think like 3 months later the album would be coming out. So he was technically not working on it. He already had worked on it.
He's already worked on it,
So, anyways, this is the first single. Are you excited?
I'm happy also how open he is with the first single.
What, I Love You?
Yeah. No, I Love You.
Everybody loves Chris.
Everybody loves Chris. That's the opposite of everybody hates Chris.
Yeah, I kind of did that one on purpose
there.
No. All right, so anyhow, are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's check this out.
She died, but she didn't say it to my face. I wasn't there when she said goodnight. She said it to someone else. This should have been me, this could have been me, this would have been me if I wasn't afraid. This should have been you, this could have been you, this would have been you, but I chose to wait. Here's a story, here's a plot. No happy ending, no lullaby. There ain't no glory, no hero, no knight, no dragon, no princess, no wall and no fight. I go to sleep alone. Every night I wait with a stone. Where once was a heart. I said I love you at the graveside, with a sense of loss I can't replace. I'd give the world for another try. She'll never be here to tell. This should have been us, this could have been us, this would have been us, but now it's too late. Here's a story, here's a plot. No happy ending, no lullaby. There ain't no glory, no hero, no knight, no dragon, no princess, no wall and no fight. I go to sleep alone. Every night I wait with a stone. Where once was a heart. She said I love you before she died, but I never got to bid farewell. I wasn't there when she said goodnight. Now she'll say it to no one else again. I do, I will.
you're playing a pinball machine. What does that have to do with an arcade game? That, to me, that's a faux pas of this video.
Yeah.
You know, the two things are not the same, guys. Like, I spent the best years of my life, I would say, living in arcade places back in said 80s. And the two things are, I'm a huge pinball player. I love playing pinball, but that game looks more like Double Dragon or
Ninja Gaiden, like.
well, I'm talking about games from that era. Double Dragon was a massive game for Target. Renegade was another massive game for that era. Shinobi, another one that you can throw in there. And those are arcade games, right? Like, that's not the same thing as a pinball game. Pinball is more about the balls.
Mm-hmm.
The other
We all
one,
love balls.
I mean, who doesn't? You know, like, nothing better than getting some balls to bang around a little bit. You know, that I was making the noise of the balls banging.
Oh, I thought you were giving yourself like a.
No, a
standing
rousing
applause.
ovation. Yeah. So, anyways, what do you think of this song?
I enjoy it. I mean, it's music that, honestly, even if I didn't listen to the song and you were like, okay, Chris made his own stuff, I kind of knew this is where we were heading.
Well, Chris Solo's work is not going to sound like Lord of the Lost. I mean, sounds the vocals.
Oh, dude,
But this could be a Lord of the Lost song, technically.
Easily.
Technically.
Because I feel like he's going more into the 80s feel.
Like the new wave.
The new wave feel. And also when you listen to the what's it called? Their cover album, he fits so well with all those songs.
And yet he hasn't done a cover of Goodbye Horses.
Oh, no. Goodbye, horses. I'm crying over you. Good. Or fucking, I feel like we were both at a standstill there, but then I remembered.
Yeah, I drew a blank there. All I could think was, would you fuck me? I would fuck me hard. That's the only thing.
He's got to say that in the music video.
You got to say that in the music video. You got to bring Buffalo Bill scene, either that or Clerks 2, into, is it 2 or 3?
It's Clerks 2.
Is it Clerks 2?
Because he's outside of the thing and he's putting on the chapstick, I think, and he's like, would you fuck me? I'd fuck
me hard. Fuck me
Fuck
hard.
me hard.
That's the line from Silence of the Lambs. When that song is playing in the background. They still haven't done a cover of that. But, like, if you grew up in the 80s, listen to, like, Bronski Beat.
I think we just need another cover album from Lord of the Lost.
No, it's just like, you know, any album, throw in a bonus track as a cover song. There you
Goodbye,
go. For the
Horses.
Japanese folks.
No, because then we won't get it.
No, we can still get it. You just have to work for it. But anyways, the point being
and then,
is...
Blue Hotel from Chris Isaac.
but that's not from the same era. I mean, it is from the same era, but not the same sound. That's what I'm trying to say.
I like, come
Blue
on.
Hotel, I think it came out in 91, 92. I think it was 91, 92. But this, like, has, like, that Bronski beat, you know, Alphaville,
Yeah.
you know, Fine Young Cannibals to a certain degree, especially the drums.
Fine Young
The
Cannibals is another song.
Well, it's not a song. That's a band.
I mean,
Johnny?
Johnny.
Yeah. Anyhow.
We're sorry. Won't you come on home?
Fuck, in his voice.
I know.
Dude.
We're worried.
Find out if the guy from Fine Young Cannibals is still alive and do a duet with him.
No, what they should do is do that song, like do that cover, but do the video, like remake the video. So do the bad dancing and all that shit.
Bad dancing, that's like debatable. I think that dancing was epic.
I don't know about
That was white people dancing. The fucking dude on the guitar was having a stroke.
on the fretless bass too. Oh,
He was having
dude.
a stroke.
Yeah, but I'm saying like the bad dancing.
His
and all
legs
that
were like
shit.
Pierre Litbarski. You don't know if they're going to go left or right. Like, fucking guys. He's wiggling.
Yeah.
Anyhow, the
Midnight
point being
Oil.
is, when I listen to this song, I was born in the 70s, in the late 70s, so
grew
I was a
up in the
teenager in
80s.
the 80s. So for me, like, my brother listened to, like, Alphaville, Fine Young Cannibals, Bronski Beat, Depeche Mode,
your brother-
Spandau Ballet.
Your
Like,
brother was the 80s. Like
My brother-
he had the mullet.
dude, he was,
the-
like, when I think of the 80s, I think of him.
you know, the mullet. He was built. He had the fucking
Culture Club is another one.
He had the wife beaters, I bet, and some budgie smugglers
He had wife beaters, but, like, in
like neon colors, I bet.
neon colors, but it was the ones that are, like, mesh.
Yeah, I knew it. It's the ones that Chris would wear with the nipple rings. Yeah,
He doesn't have nipple rings.
I
We saw
know.
him naked, so
We got to see some,
we got the VIP package.
VIP treatment.
So, anyways, when I hear this song, I hear a lot of that stuff. like the drums, the electronic drums. That totally reminds me of Fine Young Cannibals because they also used a lot of those electronic drums. There was a point in time. In the 80s, there was a point in time where every band had those hexagon
Pads,
and they were all electronic drums. Like nobody had real drums; it was just electronic drums. Everybody. There was a moment in time it felt like every band was playing that. So, anyways, so this song kind of takes me back to that time. But it's very hard for Chris to release something solo that is not going to have some reminiscence of Lord of the Lost. This song, if even as it sits, if it came out on a Lord of the Lost album, I would not blink. Like,
well, actually, if it came out on the Lord of the Lost, I'd be like,
would have a little bit more guitars.
It would have more guitars,
and the drums wouldn't be necessarily electronic sounding drums. But the style of the song, the lyrics of the song,
it's pretty similar. Yeah,
it could totally fit there. But did you like it?
I did like it.
It had that young vibe that you love so much.
Yeah, man. Well, it's the '80s, man. I enjoy some good '80s music. I feel like they made the comeback a little bit, and
do you feel like you missed out by not being around in that era? It would have been impossible for you to have been around in that era. Like if you could go back to an era.
If I had a time machine and I'm like, okay, this weekend I'm not doing anything, let's go back to an era and hang out. One, I'd go there and I'd look completely different. Like I would have to dress here before going there because I don't want to stand out. I need the pink budgie smugglers like up to my fucking crevices. I need my socks all the way up with some like I don't know all stars.
All stars, yes.
I need like a neon pink wife beater. God, everyone's gonna be seeing a lot of
me.
And I need my hair can stay, but I need like.
I'm gonna tell you something that's gonna make you very happy.
What?
In the 80s, hairy chests were in.
Oh, perfect.
The hairier the dude, the more chicks you got.
Perfect.
So I think you kind of missed out.
I think the fat counterbalances. It's like
back then I think Husky was in.
Was
too.
Was it?
I feel like Husky
Ron
was
Jeremy's
in
and
because that was at his prime. That was his FIFA Card of the Week type era.
That was his Team of the Year.
First of all, if you watch porn in the 80s, nobody shaved. It was fucking full on bush, which made everybody's dick look a lot smaller. So I wasn't as awkward. I didn't feel as awkward as a teenager growing up in the 80s.
Everything was softcore.
No, man, you saw like you saw the contact. You saw the Lego pieces merging together.
But it didn't need to blur.
It had fluff around it.
Yeah, it didn't need to blur because when it's inside, it just looks like one big ball of hair.
Yeah, but man, those cum shots were messy though.
What happens when her hair and his hair they like accidentally braid together?
That never happened in any of the movies that I watched, and I watched a lot of Peter North movies. So.
And Lexington Steel.
He's not from that era.
Is he not?
No, he's not. Definitely, Lexington Steel was probably my age like he was a teenager probably in the 80s. Like fuck. Lexington Steel, like he only made his big impact on the porno scene like in the 2000s, I think.
He was a young buck.
Ron Jeremy was a young kid. Not a young kid, but he was a young buck.
He was a young buck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now Ron Jeremy, huh? My God.
Well, yeah, I would have like is ski goggles 80s or
no ski goggles is like early 2000s.
Really?
Yeah because but the ski goggles.
Like what if I was wearing like an all like pink tracksuit with some ski goggles?
No, ski goggles is totally early 2000s, and it's more of a hip hop thing because Big Pun used to wear ski goggles.
Really?
I don't know why he's black, and we all know they don't swim. So I don't understand why.
But skiing is not. It's not the.
Oh no, he had swimming goggles.
Swimming
goggles. Sorry, my bad. Ski goggles. I don't think that was ever a thing. I was thinking of the swimming goggles.
Really?
I was thinking of the swimming
ski goggles are like the big ones. I would think.
Pink. You could wear pink in the 80s, but it had to be dress pants.
Like
No, it had to be dress pants, blazer, and then a white wife beater underneath said blazer. Sure. That's totally Miami Vice kind of shit.
No, but I was gonna say like because whenever you watch like a movie that's like has skiing involved and it's like in the 80s, like the ski goggles obviously they're gonna wear.
But that's rich white people shit.
Yeah.
Like the ones that are in the Alps. So I have to wear
like the glasses that have like the lines.
And by the way, if you've seen any of those ski movies from like the 80s, the clothing, nothing. It was as much neon as possible, and nothing had to match. The pants could be green, the jacket blue. Fuck, you're good to go.
You're good to go.
Ski Patrol is a great comedy from that time period. But yeah, great times. But what does that all have to do with the song? Just brings you that vibe?
No, because you asked me.
I think
Do
you
I
would
feel
be
like I missed out?
I think you would have been a big hit with the ladies back in the 90s.
I don't know about that one.
I don't know, man. There was a guy, a Brazilian actor called Tony Ramos. The guy was so hairy that his knuckles had hair. And women used to go fucking nuts over it. Nuts over it. Man, we went from like lots of hair to like no hair. Like,
but even now, when you look back on it, lots of hair is not really the vibe.
some chicks love it still. There's some throwback chicks. It's hard to find. You have a lot more success in the bear community. Because they do love that shit.
Well, yeah, it's...
They do love that. I don't know why.
The name
but...
and tails, right?
Yeah, Grizzlies. So anyhow, great song though.
I still can't get over the fact that I said ski goggles and you thought of the fucking little.
That's what I thought. You know, like the little swimming ones.
Yes.
Because Big Pun had them. Who else had them? There was another guy.
I don't know why you'd wear them.
I don't know why. Like, I mean, the fucking guy's in New York. Was he afraid like the Manhattan's gonna sink? Plus, he was big enough that he would probably float.
He'd probably float.
So
yeah.
anyhow, so he used to wear them.
So
and...
he breaks the stereotype. There.
Well, he was from Puerto Rico, so he was in an island, so he knew how to swim.
He knew how to swim.
He knew how to swim. So he was like the one, the exception to the rule, the exception that makes the rule.
And even if he didn't, he'd float.
Exactly, him and Fat Joe, the two were they were heavyweights of hip hop back then.
Oh, true.
So this was before he was leaning back. Now the other guy that used to wear,
he got fatter, which forced him to lean a little bit more back.
I know, and now he tattooed a beard on, which is like the most
Did
ridiculous, most ridiculous.
Did
thing
he
I've ever...
actually?
Yeah.
I thought that was his real beard. Though.
No, it's not his real beard. Anyways, it's real now, but it's anyhow. The other guy that used to wear them was Ghostface Killah from the Wu-Tang Clan.
Really?
He wore the fucking goggles.
That's hilarious.
Oh, in Bone Crusher. Bone Crusher was another guy. Was I believe he was from Atlanta. Bone Crusher, because he used to hang out with Ludacris and those guys. I don't think Ludacris did have holes in every different area codes, but I don't think he had goggles.
No.
But Bone Crusher did, because he's never scared.
Oh, okay. No, because I was thinking of the ski goggles. You know.
Ski goggles are... You know who wears ski goggles?
Oh.
Fucking Belgian Jasper.
Really?
Yeah, he thinks he's
yeah,
fucking
but
cool.
for like fashion or
No, sometimes I see him at shows and he's like wearing like it's not ski goggles. He's wearing the Macho Man Randy Savage
oh
ones.
okay.
It looks like ski goggles almost.
Yeah.
Fucking.
No, because there's
It's
a
as
German,
big as his doucheness.
there's a German rapper I like named Ski Agu, and he literally he has like a big blonde mullet and ski goggles.
Fuck man, the Germans. What can I say?
And dude, his music is good. It's like just like rap, but it has like old like beats with it. So it's pretty good.
All right, so now that we talked about all of this minus the song.
Oh no, I kept on topic. Germany.
Yeah.
We all love Germany.
Fuck, and we found out the other day that Skoda is part of the Das Auto.
Yeah, no. We thought Skoda was what? Czech? Like
No, they are. They're not like.
they're Czech, right?
But they're part of their.
Yeah, but
they're a branch of. Skoda is a branch of Das Auto.
I know, but they have Skoda Berginis. They have the Skoda like supercars. You said.
Wow. No. Skoda.
I wonder how a Skoda supercar would do. Like.
Probably not well. Anyhow,
imagine trying to pick some chicks up.
Like here, but here probably you can pick up chicks on a Skoda listening to this song. But back in Europe, they see the Skoda coming and it's like, this ain't no Alfa Romeo. You know what I'm saying? So, because the logo kind of is like, it feels like it's trying to like steal the idea of the Alfa Romeo logo, but like on a budget. You know what I mean? Like like one of those Chinese dollar stores Alfa Romeo logos. Like
it's like when you want Jordans and then you go to like the thrift store and the Jordans have like a little ass crack, so you know it's like a fake one.
My buddy back home when I was growing up in the 80s. See how I'm trying to keep everything on topic? He had a pair of Adidas. And it had 4 stripes instead of 3.
I saw a video of a guy, his shoes were Fila, and then on the back it had the Adidas logo, and on the bottom it had Toyota.
Toyota?
Yeah.
Fuck, I thought you were going to say Puma.
No. It was
Anyhow.
Fila, Adidas, Toyota.
For those of you that are still
evil.
watching this video, keep in mind, Chris is releasing his solo record, 1980, December 31st on Napalm Records. Go support the dude. He's a great guy. I feel like this music is just him. You know, he has that 80s soul.
He does.
And a lot of it actually comes through in Lord of the Lost music.
Yeah.
A lot of it. Even the way they carry themselves as a band, there's a lot. Like if you go, because if you get most of you watching this didn't live the 80s, but if you look back at the 80s is when a lot of this dressing as a way of showcasing your personality.
Yeah, the expression.
Yeah, the expression at that time was not just through music, was through the way you look, the way you dress. So the way you dress was really a pure representation, not of your sexuality per se, but of your personality, who you were as a person. There was nothing like there was nothing that you could say, oh, whatever, that's weird. No, everybody was kind of expressing themselves through the way they looked, what they wore. I like a band like Heroes Noir from Portugal used to dress like freaking military people, and at that time was really dodgy because of the fascism and whatever. So anyhow, I just think the 80s was really the catalyst to where we currently are now. It's just that back then people did as a rebellious thing, and now people feel like are just doing it just for shits and giggles. I don't know. I don't feel like it has the same, because back then it was also easier to shock people. The shock value of you being who you were.
They were using their freedom of expression to actually
through clothing, because at that time a lot of freedom was not as free as it is now. Like there were certain things you couldn't say on TV. There were certain things you couldn't do. So you wearing certain items. I remember in the 80s...
You did stuff without having to say it.
Exactly. I remember this clearly. Like Madonna used to wear a crucifix, and then she would do some like really risque things, and like the Catholic Church is like, oh my God, she's wearing like, it was like an abomination to wear a crucifix and to do those kind of things. Meanwhile, the priests were banging the kids backstage. Well, not at Madonna shows, but like
the 80s and 90s were funny times. Like when
early 90s, as the 90s progressed.
Like when Mortal Kombat, they were like all pissed about the blood and stuff, so they had to come up with the ESRB. Like now the games have ETM, right? Yeah. That only happened because of like Mortal Kombat, right? So it's funny to see that, but then like look at the games now, like they're crazy.
Well, the sticker that says parental advisory, explicit lyrics, that was because of hip hop bands like NWA. They did in the United States, that was a movement in order to protect kids from explicit lyrics and whatever. And what that did was just made people buy whatever CD had. If the CD didn't have that sticker on it, it's not going to be good enough. Yeah, then you didn't buy it, But that was not 80s. That's like, it was 80s, late 80s, early 90s. But anyhow, I think we've covered everything.
Yeah, we went on a
little bit of an 80s tirade. But anyways, I enjoy the song. Totally Chris's stuff. I'm not surprised that the song went down this very neon feel. Very Tokyo.
Yeah.
Not drift. Just when I think of Tokyo, I think of music like this with all the neon lights and stuff. Anyhow, the album comes out December 31st on Napalm Records. We'll see you all at the next one.
See ya.